Welcome to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
It's a new month. It's a new topic. It is July, and we are talking social responsibility.
Yes, we are. And and we're going to give you our definition. Well, not our definition, but the definition from the emotional intelligence component that we're talking about of social responsibility. And it's your ability and tendency to cooperate and contribute to the welfare of a larger social system, to have and act in accordance with a social consciousness, and to show concern for the greater community. That's a lot, Jen.
So let me break it down. With social responsibility, I think it's really looking outside of yourself. And it's sort of like if you were to throw a stone into the water, you have a ripple effect, right? So you have an individual, so myself, and then my social responsibility starts to come into play when I interact with others. If I'm in an organization, it might be with my team. And then how does my team impact the department? And how does the department impact the company? And how does the company impact the community? And how does the community impact the world? Right? Same thing goes with being a community member. As an individual, I am with my family. And then how do I go outside of my family to community activities? And then how does us as a community impact the city we live in? And then how does that impact the world? So it's really about looking outside of ourselves and having a responsibility to others and the mark and the places that we have impact in the world.
You know, Jen, with your whole, you, and then it's spreading out to, a team, a business, company, like that whole thing. Yeah. It's what the big part that stood out to me about that one was really about that connection. And if you think about the connection piece of it's bigger than you. So how do the things that we do every day make an impact? And it makes me think, what kind of impact do you want to make? Right? What are the things that you're doing as far as, how are they contributing to, again, which was part of the definition, to the welfare of a large social system? Because that's the really cool part about that. Because, even the small things that you do contribute and to that bigger picture, truly. It's, and I know that, this is going to be, it's like that recycling thing, right? If it's every bottle or every plastic container or every bit of cardboard, like somehow, some way, in some small way, that's going to have an effect on something.
It's so true. I this just popped into my head while you were talking about this. It's sort of like, it's interesting. Let's take straws. Okay. So in many, many coastal communities and around, they've outlawed straws, right? Especially plastic straws, because they go into the ocean and it really affects turtles, right? And it's interesting then how people, in the moment they want a straw, do they think about themselves or do they think about the turtles, right? So I've known many people, I can't believe we can't even get a straw around here. I hate not having a straw. I'm so, I don't know, there's a straw entitlement that might be vibing out into the world. But when you look at that, that's a very self-focused view of what it is that you want in the moment. When you look at social responsibility, sometimes there is a feeling of inconvenience or frustration or confusion, or why do we need to do this? And we need to step back to say, what is this impacting larger than myself? I know that was a weird random thing, but what are you thinking?
But I'm going to make the weird random thing even bigger, because the weird random thing of the straw, we were at the dinner, whatever, last week, 2 weeks ago in Florida with our nephews. And the place that we were out to dinner, they say they don't have straws, but you can buy a metal straw for $5. And then that $5 gets contributed to saving turtles. So that business right there, their social responsibility piece is like, okay, great, we're not going to give you a straw, but you can buy one and we're going to contribute to saving turtles.
That's a great example, right? Love that. That's social responsibility. And it can happen at an individual level. It can happen within a business. And then often, it can, be at a larger level as well. And it is the impact that you have on the world. And in our next episode, we're going to talk about how does that tie into emotional intelligence and what's the emotional payoff when you have higher social responsibility. So part of this is just to say, where do you sit with social responsibility? Where do you sort of draw the line? When do you get inconvenienced by other people's attempt at social responsibility? What's your reaction? What comes up for you when you are feeling social responsibility and acting in accordance? And when is it when you feel a little guilty by throwing the aluminum can into the trash can? Just kind of things to think about as we really look at the emotional payoff of social responsibility.
And Jen, just one thing to wrap it up, just ask yourself, as you're going throughout your week, where are you contributing to the welfare of a larger social system? And on that note, wrap it up.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.